Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw. Okay. This is great. Oh, I love it. I
Part of my
love it.
life.
No, it's so great. Okay, so it's a photo. Oh, that's funny.
There's someone at the door. Someone will get it. Don't worry.
Okay, great. It's a photo of a photograph. Is the photo in an album? You made a photo of a photo in an album?
My sister, who owns the photograph, made the photo for me. It's also on my website because, again,
Nice.
pretty much a metaphor, just about everything.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay, so the photo's crazy. Okay, it's black and white. It's almost square format. One girl is kind of wow, this is great. One girl, I mean the girl, she looks like about 7 or 8 maybe. Her legs are hooked over what is probably, you don't see the bar, but there's like it could be a balance bar or some kind of chin up bar or something. And then she's holding the hand of of a girl. I assume it's a girl. It's blurred. The photo is blurred. All you see are the feet and the knees and the shins and the knees and a bit of the thigh and then a bit of the. And this is all blurred. And the girl who's upside down is holding the hand of a girl who's essentially face planting onto the ground, who probably peeled off a swing.
Okay, you got it. And you can tell it's a very old photograph because I think it has the ruffly edges.
Mm-hmm.
The older girl is got to be early teens, actually. She's a petite. She's my sister.
Oh,
And we're swinging on a trapeze. And I am the one falling off doing the face plant on the ground below.
what, dude? Oh man.
I have no memory of this. Maybe a concussion. The photograph was firmly lodged in my mind. It's been a family discussion point for years and years. We had a really cool family. So my dad came from overseas and he was super athletic. And my older sister was kind of like this incredible athlete all through her life. And I aspired to be that, but never quite rose to her level. But he built this trapeze out in the backyard. And we were supposed to play on this trapeze. He also put a trapeze in the basement hanging from the ceiling. He collected elastics. I don't know how long he collected them for, but he made a rubber ball out of elastics that was about 2 feet in diameter, which we would walk on across the basement. And then one
Oh
of us
wow.
had a unicycle. And we were like a little circus act downstairs, like the Flying Melinda Brothers. Yeah.
Your dad sounds amazing. Like he sounds like nutty, but he sounds great.
It was cool. It was really cool.
Oh wow. Starting off with a bang, pun
Literally.
intended. Uh, your sister's older than you.
Yes, she's almost 9 years older.
Okay. And at the time you were how old?
You know what? I don't know, but I'm looking at the picture thinking maybe 5 or 6.
I have to stop myself from giggling and laughing because this photograph is so good. It's like so, like I mean, hopefully, okay, people have to go to the website. They have to go to the YouTube to actually see the image because, man, this is such a good photo. And how old you at the time? You were how old again? Sorry.
Let's say 5. I think that's a pretty benchmark average. It could have been 4, it could have been 6.
Did you break anything?
I don't think I've ever broken anything, but
Oh
I'm sure I
wow.
had a good sanding on my face. My dad would do things like this. The family story goes is he grew up in Norway, but he was there during the Nazi occupation in World War II and escaped, stolen, this all sounds very dramatic, stolen Nazi boat and rode his way over to Sweden. He was from Oslo. I worked in a kitchen, but he was athletic and he would do crazy things like this is a nice restaurant, fancy restaurant. And he would go up in his hands and he'd walk around the kitchen with the chefs and he'd freak out the head chef that he was going to knock stuff over. But he could just
Ha.
walk on his hands like people would walk on their feet. So when we were kids, we would all be told to go up on our hands. And my older sister could do it really well, but I would walk up and poof, into a back bend and up again because
Hmm.
I just didn't have the strength he did. But he was, yep, that was just part of our training.
Amazing. Amazing. I love that I get to meet people like you. Oh. So do you have other siblings?
Yeah, so I have the sister who's about 9 years older, 9 years older, and then one who is 7 years younger. So essentially, I was an only child,
Ah,
like sandwiched in the middle. I didn't get to know either of them at the time. The older sister was in college. I was just starting to pay attention to my surroundings, and I was selfish, self-involved, and didn't pay any attention to my younger sister. So we weren't close as kids, but we're getting to know each other as getting on in age adults.
nice. Okay, so you're this says amazing things about you because I invite you onto the podcast, choose the images, frame the conversation. Jane, is this how you normally make an entrance?
Well, I may not make the entrance that way, but I sure fall on my face a lot. So there you go. Metaphor for life.
Well, you sound like your dad.
I am. I will try just about anything, and I jumped out of planes. I've gone crawled through caves. I parasailed. I've done all that sort of stuff. Getting less brave as the years go on, and
Mm,
I don't take no for an answer very well.
nice.
Case in point, um, when I just before I was turning 30, I had this sort of midlife crisis. I thought, "Holy crap, I'm getting old," and I'm wiping bums and noses and washing and waxing kitchen floors. And I have 6 years of university. I've got to get out and do something. And I thought, "What do I want to do?" Big question. I want to write stories. I want to write books. Didn't happen that quickly, but I did get motivated enough to sign up for university. And so this is germane because you send in a portfolio. I got chosen for a Poetry 500 class, but only because this delightful woman called Aretha Van Herk said, "You have to accept this woman in your class." But the fellow who was teaching it, fantastic poet, great man, is going through these stacks of portfolios, telling everybody alphabetically why he chose them, why their work was beautiful, why he did it. He got to me, I'm a W, and he's looking at my portfolio and he looks up at me and he says, "I don't know why I let you in this class." Okay, challenge accepted. And that's me falling on my face yet again. But I don't mind, which is probably good if you're going to be a writer because rejection is part and parcel of the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So, your first training, you said you're wiping noses and wiping bums and everything. Is this because you're taking care of your kids, or is this
Yeah.
because that was your professional?
Nope, I had two kids. I was a stay-at-home mom. Yeah.
And your two kids, do they have similar photographs that they can share to their friends?
Do they have? You mean photographs of themselves?
Yeah,
They.
falling face forward in the dirt.
I don't think I'm fast enough reflex-wise or lucky enough to get those, but they've had a couple of pretty good crashes. Because we lived all over the world, I'd get this phone call from my son, especially. Well, he went to UBC too. He also went to Neuchâtel in Switzerland, and we'd get this phone. "Hey, mom, it's me. Yeah, hi, how you doing? Oh, fine. Hey, what's our address again?" Because we'd moved from posting to
Mm-hmm.
posting, and we'd live in a place called Reichstaatsweg or something Schrijveningen, and and we'd have to spell it for him, and then we'd say, "So, John, where are you asking?" He said, "Well, I'm in the hospital. kind of hurt my shoulder." So these are the kind of things that we get from the kids.
You moved again and again. Was it you're with military or with school
Um,
or?
my husband worked for oil and gas companies and service companies. So we moved overseas first to England with Schlumberger, and then from there he went to Shell International in The Hague. But
Mm-hmm.
we've been in the UK, in the UAE, in Dubai, and in the Netherlands in two different locations, up north in Haga and in The Hague or Scheveningen.
And supposedly very similar to the eastern townships in Quebec.
Well, bureaucracy in the Netherlands and the bureaucracy in Quebec is pretty close.
Ah, Jane. Oh, you're fun. You're awesome. Okay, let's go on to the next photo.
Okay.
So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.